Record Store Day is happening around the globe this Saturday. It's a celebration of independent record stores that will be happening at thousands of places. This is all the brainchild of Bull Moose's Chris Brown, who came up with the idea in 2007. Back with us again to talk about Record Store Day, Chris Brown and Mick Workhoven. Thank you so much. Great to have you.
Yeah,
What's always fun about this event is that there are all kinds of special things going on, including releases that are really distinctive. You've brought in a bunch, so let's get right to them. Record Store Day Mainstays is where we begin.
Yeah, so we're going to start with the Mainstays. These are the titles that you come to expect every Record Store Day. So you always get a Sword release, you always get a Goblin release, and whoops, I put these in the wrong order. That's okay. And there's always a Cure picture disc. For some reason, the Cure love to put out picture discs for Record Store Day. So here they are.
And again, so albums that the public will not have seen until Saturday.
Correct.
Oh,
okay.
That's awesome. And the younger generations they're catching on.
They're catching
great.
on. They're figuring it out.
So you've got 90s.
So we've got the
releases
90s here, and it's alive again. And what's really interesting about all the 90s releases, so you've got like Verve Pipe and Poe and White Town and all these things, and Tori Amos, because this was when the CD was king, right? So not all these albums were ever released on vinyl. So there are some reissues and there are some issues, so for the first time. And what I find particularly interesting about this is how the arc of nostalgia is shifting from Boomer Gen X to Gen X Millennial.
Yes.
So finally, the driving force in culture is the 30-year-olds. We did it. We made it.
I love it. But we do have stuff for the boomers as well. We do have the 80s collections.
Sure, I think that even there's more 80s stuff than there has been as well.
Yeah.
You know, and there's still plenty of things for, you know, fans of the 60s and 70s stuff. It's not like it's gone. It's just been the shift. So what we've got? So you know, there's like a Flock of Seagulls thing here, and Sisters of Mercy. And this is one of only, there are actually 3 different Talking Heads solo albums that are coming out. So that's that shift we're talking about.
Let's talk about some of the other things that are happening. Did you cover all the 80s stuff, Chris, that you
there's,
wanted to get
well,
to?
there's tons and tons of
90s releases and then 80s B-sides. And is this where the David Byrne comes in? Is you're getting stuff that you hadn't seen before from some of these artists?
Absolutely, yeah. Or they're just things coming back that are like Nena. You wouldn't expect a Nena EP. And there's Motley Crue, tons and tons and tons of stuff. Like we could go on all day talking about the 80s stuff.
All right, well,
if you want to.
Sort of stick to the general era with another category, which is MTV Unplugged releases.
Right. So there are 2 of them this year, and you've got. You know, the Soul Asylum one that's, you know, been around before on CD, and then this and you know, and that's like 30 years old, right?
But again, these had not ever come out in vinyl?
Not on vinyl.
Yeah.
First time on vinyl for that. And then Bastille, which is a newer one. I think this was recorded in 2021, 22. And you know, that's just part of that shift, I guess, where something that was established in the 90s still is relevant today.
And this one,
Oh,
I'm most excited for.
The best for last.
This is the one here. You hold this, I'll hold this.
Yep.
So possibly the biggest Record Store Day release of all time.
Absolutely. By fact, like 5 to 1.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift, Folklore Long Pond Sessions. What Taylor Swift has been doing for indie stores is nothing short of incredible. You know, she's deploying signed copies only in indie stores. She's making sure that there are going to be so many of these for fans to collect, and we love it. And she's really having a moment right now.
She really is.
So we love it. It's her era, and we're just living in it, I think.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I am.
How much does the Taylor Swift album cost?
It's $40.
Something like that.
But it's a double LP.
It's a double. This was, you know, was like a streaming special she had last fall. So this is the only physical version of it that there's going to be.
I just wanted to get a sense of how much to spend on Sam's birthday.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Although she's gonna want it on Saturday.
It's true.
Well, we'll see you there at 8 a.m. then.
Exactly.
All right. We've only sort of scratched the surface. There are a lot of other things that are involved in Record Store Day at Bull Moose and, again, around the globe, all because of Chris Brown. Chris, Mick, great to have you here. Thank you so much. As always, stick around. Back with more of 207 right after this.